Welcome to the Tier List Podcast. My name is Joel Hagman. To my right is Liam Daly. And then on the screen, further right, is Ryan Patterson.
Where the vibes are always immaculate.
Always. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. You know what? This is a part 2 episode, but it's really like the next episode. So we didn't want to do like episode 13 part 2. We're like, let's just make it episode 14.
Yeah. We need to get those. We need to raise our episodes up, you know.
Yeah.
Ryan's Critique Corner, that's episode 14. This is episode 15. And it's just, all the shorts, those are episodes too. So we're like,
well, it's kind of like a 13.5, but then the shorts are like a 13.1.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, we're like on episode like 20 pretty much.
We're getting there.
Spotify hit us up, 100 mil.
We got Dancing Ryan on the screen. Just like,
I'm so confused.
Yeah, feeling it. But we're ranking the second half of all our MCU movies.
Yep.
That first half, man.
That was a long time.
And we had a lot of good thoughts and terrible takes. And
some were good thoughts. The man on the other side of the screen right now knows he had some bad thoughts, but you know how we be.
Yeah, Ryan. What is your next thing you're critiquing?
I don't know. I gotta record like 2 videos
Carl's
before
Jr.
Thursday. I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, because you get a free burger.
So it's still gonna be one release already. The previous Wednesday, because it's coming out Friday. So
So you already had the second one. Third one will be out. You can watch that if you subscribe to YouTube and hit the notification bell. You can know when it goes up from Instagram.
Dang.
And
boom, boom, boom.
Rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify.
5 stars.
Yes, sir.
5 stars.
Listen to him.
All right. I had this thought. How do you guys feel about in Mario Party when someone steals a star from you?
I played it last night, and it got stolen from this person, went to this person, stole it again to this person, and then it went back to the first person, and I still lost.
You have never won a Mario Party game, have you?
All
right, that's the episode. Okay. All right, we're gonna get
not
into
important
this.
games.
No,
That's
I'm
all
sorry. I
that
thought
matters.
of thinking about stars and then like the whole like Mario Party. I don't know. I love Mario Party. It's a great game.
We'll rank Mario Party games.
Just the mini games. We'll play them
Ooh.
and then rank them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
Yeah,
All right.
we got to rank Marvel. We got 17 movies left.
17 movies. We got a lot of thoughts. Here we go, guys. Stay with us. Be there.
Strap in.
Get your drinks, your sodas, and your energy drinks. I don't know.
I should have got my water.
That's
well.
all right. Well,
What are you doing,
going on over here? For all the listeners, Ryan is just
Go to YouTube.
Please watch this, guys.
Go to YouTube.
This will be a clip. All right. It's just gonna be Ryan just dancing. We're gonna just like the montage clips, just random clips of Ryan.
Just what Ryan does in the first 3 minutes of the podcast.
And he's probably said what? A total of like 10 words.
3 words.
Yes.
3.
He's toting it all in.
Where the vibes are always immaculate. That's all he said.
All right.
Oh,
Our first
man.
movie that we're ranking for you guys. You guys know the list. It's a continuation from the last episode, so you guys can see and what we have. Audio listeners, go back and listen to the next one. We'll kind of read off what we had the previous episode. So this next one, the first one we're ranking is Homecoming. All right, this is the first Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I love Spider-Man, and then I found out there was another Spider-Man movie coming out, and I thought the setup for Tom Holland was pretty good. Having the old Batman in there was kind of weird. I don't know why his suit changed, but it was a pretty good movie. I'd go like B tier.
B tier? Yeah, I mean, for Homecoming to come out right after like Civil War and kind of complete like that, like what you got in Civil War, and then kind of completed that. But then I understand why they didn't do like the whole backstory of how he got his powers, what happened to Uncle Ben, because it's just been so overplayed throughout all the other Spider-Man movies. But I do love that aspect of how they get it. So I wish there would have been like a quick clip. So I'm good with I do like it in B tier.
Mhm.
I think it's like a solid movie. I think it's better than most of the CDF movies, and it's like a good, like, not amazing, not like
It's not the Amazing Spider-Man.
it's not that amazing Spider-Man, but it's a above average Spider-Man movie. So.
I will say before Ryan goes, I totally forgot about Civil War Spider-Man showing up. I will say I was so hyped to see that.
Yeah,
so
we'll get into that.
that's
when we rank
that's
that
the
one.
other movie, but I forgot about that. But yeah.
I just like how it just kind of flowed right into the like you had to watch that to know what to watch
of
Homecoming.
course.
So
Yeah.
but
Ryan, what are your thoughts?
First off, thank you for spoiling Civil War for me. Never seen it.
Sorry.
you never
Second of all-
seen it. That's a lie.
No, I've never seen it.
You never seen Civil War?
No, I haven't.
He's
Yeah,
lying.
that's what I thought.
I'm just
I
joking.
knew.
I'm just-
just me.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
This is my favorite out of the MCU Spider-Man movies. I don't know. It just feels fun having like an actual like high school version of
Mhm.
of Spider-Man compared to 30-year-old Tobey Maguire
And-
and
yeah, and he-
26-year-old Andrew Garfield.
He feels like he's a younger kid.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, he was like
18,
17 or
19.
when they filmed it.
I think he was
17 or
like 19, 20 when they filmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you can really tell that he has like that still has like that childhood innocence behind his eyes still, and
Yeah.
like the other manly men that played Spider-Man before him.
Mhm.
But this is my favorite. It's just like high school shenanigans on top of having a really cool villain in Vulture.
Yeah. The man in the chair.
I very much agree with the B tier. I think what's holding it from an A tier is this is the movie that kind of spawned Iron Boy Jr. and
yeah.
what kind of helped ruin future Spider-Man movies and appearances for me, because he just has like the Iron Spider suit or like Tony Stark tech, and I'm like, bleh.
Yeah.
And yeah, so B tier.
Yeah, I did like. There was one moment in the movie that's kind of like one of my favorite parts. It's when I think it's when the boat gets split in half, and then like Iron Man comes, and then Tom Holland's like, "You're not even here. Like it's just like one of your robots."
yeah.
And then it opened up, and then he walks out.
That was pretty
It was kind of
funny.
like, "Oh, I got in trouble." Like moment. Like,
Dad's here. Watch out.
Dad's here.
Dad showed up.
You
Oh
wouldn't know
no.
what that feels like. Shout out Isaac. Yeah, my favorite moment in the movie though is it's towards the end where he has to like lift the building that's like falling on top
Yeah.
of him or whatever that part was. But that felt really cool, ripped
Yeah.
straight out of the comics, which
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah, it felt like a really good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this drastic, like the world is ending, where a lot of the superhero movies are like happen. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the world's ending. So then why is only this superhero here if there's all these other superheroes?
Yeah.
I feel like a world is ending type movies should be only the Avenger movies. So then it doesn't make it seem like it's always like, oh, the world's ending
Yeah.
every time, but
Yeah. And like for me, so I've been rewatching all the MCU movies, and I watched Thor: Dark World. I want to put Thor: Dark World in C. I'm not going to do that. We're not going retrospective, whatever. But when it like the ether thing was happening and the UK was getting attacked, I was like, where are all the other Avengers? Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Just do it, Joel. No one's
But
gonna blame you.
I wanted to unplug his mic.
Just
nope.
gone. I lost mic privileges.
All right.
know.
All right. So we're putting a
You
B
could
tier.
manage the producer for the episode.
Ah, man.
All right. We're going to move on to the next one. The next one we have for you guys is Iron Man 2.
Liam overrates this movie a lot.
Huh?
I said Liam overrates this movie a
Okay.
lot.
Well, I think we should let Liam talk first about this movie because he's the one that's seen it the soonest.
He's pulling up his letterboxed review.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Come on. Hurry
Okay,
up.
so I personally really like this movie. I don't think it is better than the first one, but I don't think it is worse than the third one. So I gave this movie hold up. I gave this movie
You gave it a
4
4 out of
stars. 4 out of 5 stars. So I would go
4 stars?
I really like this movie.
Oh gosh.
What did I give it?
I just thought it was a very complete like movie, and I loved like the Tony Stark billionaire, like him as just like this guy who's like the essence of Tony Stark, and that's what the first 2 movies give you, and then the third one he's like, oh, I'm like
Sad and
reformed
depressed.
now. Yeah.
I'm
like, dude, you're a billionaire. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, Iron Man 2.
Okay, so if I was gonna give it a rank, I'd go B tier because I'm looking at A tier. I'm like, there's no way. I'd have to go C.
I think it's Iron Man 2. It's like I think it's a C tier. Okay, and this is me being it's just honest. This is a good average movie. There's some really good parts to it, but it's not one where you're like, wait, who's the villain in that one? You know, you don't remember it.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you're kind of like, what was that one about? Like the first one, the third one, you actually do remember who the villain is. You're like, oh, it's Mandarin, you know? Where the second one, like, what happened? There's a race car, right?
Like, so that was the one that I grew up really watching, and I had the Iron Man and War Machine toys. So for me, my child, like there's a lot of nostalgia there. But I do think it should go C just because the other Iron Mans I would put below and above it, and I don't think either of them could go.
Yeah, so I'm fine with C. Iron Man 2 is C.
I'm cool with C.
C?
Any thoughts for you?
Nah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think, I don't know, there's nothing special about this movie.
Yeah.
Granted the Lamb about this movie.
Okay. We got the new War Machine in this one.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, he's way better than, what's his face?
The other guy. Okay. So that was like a legit, like the other guy was supposed to be War Machine instead of him.
He didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh.
He wanted to be the highest paid actor, but then they were giving it to RDJ.
Yeah. He was just trying to make it. Yeah. He messed up big time, though.
Yeah, he did. Let me look up what the other guy looked like because I don't remember the original.
I forget his name. He's not even really in anything else. Like, he kind of like went dark when he realized that he done messed up.
He was in a really popular TV show.
Yeah, I forget. But all right, while they look that up.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, our next one for you guys is Thor: Love and Thunder. More like Love and Dookie.
This was like probably the most
Thor Love and Turd.
Sorry, wait.
Sorry, we totally cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was saying this was easily like the most disappointing MCU movie for me, like of all time.
Yeah, it was like the movie where you felt like the hype was here.
Yeah.
Like you were like, yes, I am so excited for this.
Like the trailers made it look so good, and then like if Christian Bale was on screen, peak, S tier. But then when he was off screen, which was like 90% of the movie, it was bad.
And
Christian Bale was the best. Like I'm a Christian Bale like person. Like he's one of my favorite actors. Like I was so excited for this movie because of Christian Bale. I was like, oh my gosh, all right, MCU is going to another level. We're finally getting these like top tier actors who like method like type actors in this, and they just
underutilized him.
It's just like they felt like the scenes with him serious, the scenes without him it was just all a joke, and it was like it just missed on miss. They try to replicate what they did with Thor Ragnarok, where that had the serious and the funniness, and it like molded together and it was perfect. But then this it did not.
I will say, as someone who hasn't seen the movie, I can agree the hype for it was insane. I remember I was like, dude, I need to go. Like after seeing Ragnarok, you're like, bro, like if this is the product they're gonna give us now, like Love and Thunder just has to add on to this. Yeah. And then I started hearing like, oh, the movie like looks cool, but like it's not a good movie. And I like it really pushed me away from like watching it. And I think that that or Doctor Strange 2 where like
Multiverse
that's
of Madness?
yeah, that's where like I stopped watching and didn't watch anything past that. That's why I haven't watched like Eternals, Thor,
Yeah.
Love and Thunder.
You're not missing a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like that was the movie that, for me, that I really remember like, okay, like why
Yeah.
am I watching MCU anymore?
Yeah. I would. Oh, go Ryan.
I was just gonna say, I remember walking out of the theater. Because I watched it like a week after it came out, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, yeah, like that. This feels really like overhated. Like the hate feels really forced. And then like, you know what Marvel does? Like a week and a half later, it was on Disney Plus, and so I'm like, oh, like I'll rewatch it. And then I was like watching through it a little bit, and I'm like, nah, I gotta turn this off.
Yeah.
The hate's
This,
deserved.
this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I was wrong.
Yeah. I would
But
say
I think
I'll go.
I was just gonna say, I think part of the reason why Thor: Love and Thunder, like at least like comedy wise, which is kind of the reason why it sucks,
Yeah.
why it failed so much is because for a while James Gunn was helping with all the directing and a little bit of producing for a lot of Marvel movies, and
Yeah.
then he got fired and went to Warner Brothers, and so he helped with Ragnarok. So I think that's part of the reason why Ragnarok, I don't know what level of involvement he had with it, but it leads me to believe, just based off of how every comic book movie he's made has been amazing. But
So the
yeah, I
timeline,
think
he got fired
Yeah.
right before Love and Thunder, right?
Yeah.
he got fired right. It was like right before Endgame came out, I think.
Gotcha.
It was either Endgame or Infinity War, and then Warner Brothers hired him to do Suicide Squad like the next day.
I thought it was
And
after
then
Endgame
It might have. I don't know.
because it was after
was like,
Endgame, and there was like talk about GOTG3, and then they're like, oh no, he's getting
it
fired.
was like around that time
Because that was
because
during all like the woke stuff and like 2020 when all that happened.
it could have been. I don't remember when it
remember.
happened exactly, but he
Yeah.
got hired to do Suicide Squad. Then Marvel came back 2 days later and was like, "Hey, we messed up. You want to come back?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm making this other movie first." And so that's why Guardians 3 took
Yeah.
so long to come out.
Oh,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I would say though, out of all the times that she has been in all the other Thor movies, Jane Foster, this was the best one she was in.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Natalie Portman's character, like in it, it was actually good. Like I felt like this movie did really good with the seriousness stuff. Like it felt like it did hit, but it was just the comedy stuff, and then all the extra added stuff that Disney and Marvel's like, we need to add this stuff now,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Gibbity
didn't.
brain rot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't work. It was just not good. So I would go more C tier just
C
because
tier.
of Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale's scenes. Like he killed it with those scenes. And then I did like Jane Foster's scenes and how, what they did with her story and kind of completed that. So I kind of like that. That's why I would go more C with it, because those scenes I did enjoy, but I know all the other scenes kind of ruin it, where it takes away, where those scenes are not as much. So I'm a C, but you guys, I understand if you guys want to drop it.
I haven't seen the movie.
I'm on Team D here.
Yeah.
D for dumb.
D for
Like
Dookie.
Christian Bale, he's easily the best part. I do think it's Jane Foster's best appearance in any of the movies. Still not
Good.
I still don't think it's
Yeah.
anything special. But yeah, I would throw it in D tier.
You want to rock, paper, scissors? Let's see which one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, you won.
D tier.
D tier.
We are the champions.
I feel like you cheated though.
My friends, and we'll keep on fighting. What's the next
We're
movie?
gonna get copyrighted. Our next one is Iron Man 3.
3.
I like this one better than Iron Man 2.
You're insane.
I kind of agree. Like, no, okay, so like I told you, I don't remember Iron Man 2 as much. I remember Iron Man 3.
I need you guys to do something.
You'll never see me coming.
You need to go back and watch through the Iron Man movies, and you will, like, Iron Man 3, the villain is so lame. No, like, if it was the Mandarin as the villain, like that was the villain, I would say that's dope. But I feel like half the time he's in Tennessee. I feel like it was a Mission Impossible Tony Stark movie, not an Iron Man movie.
And it's sick.
I feel like it was more of a what you call it. I relate Iron Man 3 to Spider-Man 3. Tobey Maguire had his emo, like, depressed phase, and it felt like that, like, Tony Stark had his, like, emo, depressed phase of, like, all the events that happened. Because Iron Man 3 came after, what?
Avengers.
Ultron, or just Avengers?
No, the regular, just normal.
Avengers 1. So it was, like, you know, dealing with all, like, what he still needs to do to protect Earth for the impending doom of Thanos and stuff. So it was just kind of like, oh, there's still a lot of work to do, and I'm depressed because we don't have the right stuff for it. But I liked a lot of this. I don't know.
I just felt like there was a lot of stuff that didn't need to be there. Like, he kept building stuff up, and then it would just die. And he built stuff up, and then it would just die. And then he built stuff up, and then it would just die. I do understand, like, the human aspect of it, of, like, going through that traumatic experience, and you get to see into the life of him and go, like, he's not invincible. He is a human.
Yeah.
But I just want to see Iron Man blow stuff up, do so, like this. The last 20 minutes of the movie where he's fighting in the shipyard and like,
all the other Iron Mans.
That was sick. The prodigal son returned, Mark 42, and then dies and then blows the dude up. That was sick.
Spoiler, I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, get out of here. But then, like, I don't like Pepper Potts at the end being like Red Hulk and like about to blow up and lame.
So let me fill you in on a little something. Nothing about that was Red Hulk. Like,
no, I know it was the
nothing
little
even
plant,
remotely close.
but she was like mad.
You just
and red.
lost all your valid
When was the last time you saw this movie?
Like a year, 2 years ago.
Exactly. I saw it a week ago.
I would go.
Yeah,
C-tier.
and you already have cold takes. I'd throw it in C tier too. I would just put it above Iron Man 2.
I would put it in D tier.
Yeah. Oh.
You're wrong.
We're going C tier. I think
C-tier?
I think it's a. Yeah. I think it's a.
I also love. I love the part 2 where Iron Man busts into the room with Trevor and he goes, "Hello everyone, I'm Trevor."
Yeah, that was pretty good. I did. Okay, so I will give context. As a child, I did not realize that the Mandarin was just an actor. I saw the actor. I was like, well, that's just the face of him, right? Like, so then why, like, where is the actual Mandarin? What is this other dude? So then in my mind, I was like, this movie sucks. There's no real villain. You don't get to see the Mandarin. And then I rewatched it. I'm like, oh, he's the actor for, So that was just, that's, So it was better than it was before. But
I have to say, he's also my favorite part of Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love that they brought him back.
Too.
Yeah, I love how they brought him back for Shang-Chi. So,
That
all
was
right.
really
Our
funny.
next one for you guys is Guardians of the Galaxy
2.
I want to know what you guys think about this.
Okay, there's out of the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy, 1 and 3, like right up there for me. 2 is like it hits that, and then it hits here, then it hits that, and then kind of hits a little bit low, but then it goes right back up. So I'm like more of a like, it felt like, I don't know. I love it. I love some of the stuff. I love all the Yondu and Peter realizing that like his dad wasn't like his dad all along was Yondu, and like that was so special. And then even like the death at the end, like he still got the proper death of they're not scavengers, but they Ravagers, you know, and just seeing like the world of Guardians of the Galaxy explore more. I really liked that aspect of it all. Like it felt like it explored it, like it opened up it even more. I would go
Do the right thing.
I would go either B or A.
How
That's
dare
just
you
me.
Utter that.
That's me.
Letter.
I know. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Like those. That's one of my favorite franchise. Like straight up.
That
I love
trilogy
them.
is like
It's top
perfect.
tier. But I don't know.
I got a question for you, Joel.
Yeah.
Have you gone back and watched it since seeing Guardians 3?
I haven't. Yeah. No. Since watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, no, because I went back and watched 1 and 2 right before I watched 3 again on Disney Plus. So I watched them all 3 like in a row.
Because for me, I felt the same exact way that you do for the longest time. I was like, this movie is really good, but there's some stuff where you're just like, some of it hinders like other parts of it. But then I feel like after going back and watching 3 and you like really get to know more about Rocket because he's just being a punk the whole movie.
Yeah.
And also like getting to know that like family dynamic even better, like especially when they're missing a part of their team. I think it personally, like my opinion, I think it elevates the movie even more. And like it just opens your eyes to a whole nother part of it that like you didn't know you could see before. And I think part of it is Peter and his real dad / God / planet /
Ego,
thing.
the planet.
The thing.
Yeah, Ego, that's his name. Yeah,
Ego.
I was trying to remember what it was. But like, I don't know. And visually, it's like that movie's beautiful, man. Like that's one of the
I'm Mary
best
Poppins,
looking-
y'all.
That's one of the best looking Marvel movies in my opinion.
Well, it's James
But
Gunn.
also, it also has one of my favorite jokes in the whole MCU when Rocket's on the Ravager ship and they're having the takeover. And he goes, wait, you wake up in the morning and just look in the mirror and you just think to yourself, you know what would be a real kick butt name? Taserface. And just everyone on the ship loses it. But then to wrap up my thoughts real quick, that ending with the funeral with Yondu.
Oh,
sorry,
dude.
Liam, I know you haven't seen it yet.
You're good.
But
You haven't seen
but
Guardians of the Galaxy
No,
2?
he said. Did you say I haven't seen it yet, or I haven't said anything? Oh
No,
no,
that you haven't seen it.
You idiot.
like that ending, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't cry from many movies.
Yeah.
But that ending, oh my gosh, dude.
That and Barbie.
It's bad.
That and Barbie.
That Barbie and the Shawshank Redemption are the big three, man. I haven't seen Shawshank yet, but I know
I know it'll make me cry. So first off, the meme with Rocket and Groot when he hands him the paper and like everybody is like replaced it with whatever. He's like, oh, nice. That was pretty cool. I love because like it took me a second. I'm like, what was that movie? And then you started explaining, and everything rushed back into my head. The part where Rocket takes the guy's leg, was that the first or second movie when they're escaping the prison?
No, they said he needs his eye.
Yeah,
someone's eye, and then they get.
No, it was the leg. He's like, I got it, the leg, and he's like, oh no, I didn't need that. I just wanted it. I thought it was funny.
No, that was the first one with the prisoner.
Yeah, it probably was the first one.
No, but I remember like Groot, like they needed Groot to get the item for Yondu, the top part, whatever, and then he came back with a piece of someone's thumb.
Oh yeah.
When he came back with someone's thumb, you're like, oh gosh.
So, anyways, wrong movie. Second one, I think, like the whole ego thing was cool-ish. I think it was cooler the fact that you got to learn more about Quill, and then you got to learn more about everybody else. The first, let's just say the title credits with Groot, baby Groot, and the whole everything just exploding behind him. That was sick. And then the funeral scene, that was very heart-wrenching. That was sad.
I'm thinking even more now. Like even Gamora and Nebula, like their interaction too. Mm-hmm. I forgot that like she came flying in and I forgot about all that stuff.
Kamikaze.
Like yeah. I forgot about that.
We're gonna
Okay,
get demonetized
I'm an
now.
A tier. Put it on the A.
I'm A tier as well. Ryan,
I'm S, but
you're S.
I'm
I oh,
I can't go S with it.
I would go.
It's not. There's a few things
far
like
away from this.
that. I'm just like I can't put an S. I do think though it's a great A. Like there's a lot of heartbeats to it.
This is it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm blind. I can't see that
So
far.
I'm at A.
Where's that Ragnarok? Shoot, I'm blind.
you just did Guardians.
Oh, I did. Okay, I can't
Yeah.
see. Was that Guardians 2?
Ragnarok was already ranked. It's second
Oh.
in A.
But that's GTA 2 or
GTA 2. Okay, he's thinking about the PlayStation.
GOTG 2.
Gotcha.
It's because you abbreviated for us on the
You
thing.
did that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did that.
Oh,
I don't know
well,
how you messed that
anyway.
one up. Anyways,
GOTG.
the next one we are ranking is a Captain America movie. Ryan, would you like to guess what it is?
Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Good job. I'm proud of you.
You want to go first, Ryan?
You get a gold star.
Yeah, I'll go first. I think the movie's really cool. I think it is one of the most overhyped MCU movies. Not saying it's bad. I think it's great still. But like when I hear people like ranking their favorite movies, Liam being fat over there,
The paper towel that stuck to it. Don't mind it
Like-
though. We still eat.
like every time I see a ranking of like MCU movies, it's like this is almost always the number one movie on like every list I see. Like very rarely do I see something else. And so like I don't let that like affect my thing. Like I'm going to be honest, I prefer Civil War over Winter Soldier. But like I said, I still think Winter Soldier is great, and personally, I'd throw it in A tier. It's like it's a really
Okay,
cool spy movie.
I didn't.
hope-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I hope the new Captain America that comes out this weekend, actually, as we're recording
Yeah.
this,
And
I
the
hope
day
that is
we,
very.
the day this
Oh yeah,
comes
it comes
out.
out the day
Yeah.
we upload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you watch
I
it
really
Thursday
hope
night.
it's very similar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
just my thoughts on it.
I don't remember this movie. I remember some parts of it, but Isaac and I were talking, and I was like, "Yeah, the next movie I watch is what was it called?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier." I'm like, "Yeah, he's like, "That's the best MCU movie." I was like, "What?" I'm
My
like,
point
"No
exactly.
way!" And then he's like, "Yeah, no, I love that." I was like, "Why? Because it's history." He's like, "No, I just love that movie. It's the best one." And I didn't understand, and then you said that, and I was like, "What?" Like I don't remember this movie like at all.
This
So,
movie,
Joel,
really
Joel,
like
here we
this
go.
movie.
This
Joel
is a-
love-
this
Joel
is-
love-
I love this movie. It is one of. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite MCU movie, but it's one of my like. It's in top 3 for me.
So I really have to rewatch this.
I love Winter Soldier movie because it brings this whole aspect of Shield is not perfect, and it's like Hydra has infiltrated within Shield, and it has like realizing like, oh, it needs to be destroyed to be built right back up. And so it was like that whole like aspect of Captain America and Black Widow realizing, oh, this is not Shield. This is not the thing that we are working for. This is actually Hydra within it. And realizing that, and then just seeing it all blow up, and then add the aspect of Bucky Barnes into it, which like Winter Soldier has become one of my favorite MCU characters. I really like him in all the movies. I've been rewatching Falcon and Winter Soldier and for
the
new Captain America 4 movie, and I forgot how much I love this show because of their interactions with each other, and Winter Soldier's just story and trying to like, he's 106 years old and he's trying to like have a normal life, but then also like trying to like go back to people and like, hey, I'm the one who killed like your like family member. I'm sorry, like that was me.
Spoiler.
I know, spoiler, but
I
it's
actually haven't seen the show.
I haven't
really,
either.
dude, so good. Like I'm telling
I
you, it's
watched
really
the
good.
first episode and got really bored, and then I saw everyone on Twitter was saying it's not that great of a show.
It gets better as it goes on. The last episode is the worst episode because they just get a little bit political. and stuff. So they kind of just like you're just like, oh, okay.
A movie about wartime is political.
But
Who would have
I
thought?
love Winter Soldier. Like, love it. Like, it's like, I always think about the elevator scene with Captain America. And they're like,
that's that movie?
yeah. And they all like fight. They fight each other and then he like escapes. Yeah.
Brain blast.
But I love that scene. But then when you watch Endgame and it plays that scene again and he goes, Hell Hydra. Like, it just brings so much more. Like, it brings you back to that moment in Winter Soldier of like, he remembers that moment and what he needed to do.
What he did in that moment's also called treason.
Well, in that time, it was treason against Hydra. So he was doing the right thing.
True.
But I love the whole aspect of it. It's a spy movie, but superheroes, and it brings a whole real world aspect to it, where it doesn't feel like it's like, something that couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like to us, but it feels like it could happen. So I think that's why like a lot of people like this type of movie, than all the other ones, because it feels like real life. It feels like we can be part of this. Like, oh yeah, and let's break down the system,
Destroy the
down
system.
with the government. All right. But I loved everything with it. I love Samuel Jackson's character in it, and what they did with him, and terrible what they did in the TV show Secret Invasion. Terrible show. Don't watch that one. That was terrible. But I love this one, and then it helps set up I feel like this movie helps set up the rebellion of Captain America for Civil War. To know like he has to stand for the greater good and what is right, and then to what I don't know, like the government says, like because he stands for the people. You know, that's kind of like what Captain America's whole demeanor and person is to stand for the people.
And that's what he did in the first one too, when the infantry group was off and Hydra captured them, and he was like, no, I need to go out, and he went against what the government was saying and saved them. So
I think that's the whole idea that they came across in these MCU movies is that Captain America is not for the government, he's for the people, and that's why it makes him so great. So that's why I love this movie. Like, it felt real to me. And so that's why I would put an S tier. I understand you guys don't see it that way. That's just my personal list. I won't get bitter and butthurt and be like, I'm going to make this the worst episode ever. I'm not someone like... I just kidding.
Shout out Liam.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't want to put a ranking on it because I don't remember this movie well enough.
I can't wait until you watch it, and then next episode you're like, guys, I messed up.
I really messed up. So, Ryan, if you want to rank it with Joel, go for it.
I got this. Me and Joel rock, paper, scissors for Thor, Love and Thunder. I won, so I'll give Joel his S tier.
Yeah.
I would like to add one thing. This movie might have my favorite Easter egg out of any MCU movie.
Oh, what's that?
And the scene where Samuel L. Jackson is sitting in Captain America's apartment, you have the same song playing in the apartment that Captain America and Peggy Carter danced to at the end of Endgame.
Oh, that's cool.
I have no clue how you.
Yeah.
Did you figure that out, or was that like something you saw?
I think Tyler told me about it.
Oh, also about this movie. Oh, sorry, go.
I was just gonna say I walked downstairs and I heard the song, and so I assumed he was watching Endgame and he was watching Winter Soldier. So,
I also like what they did with the computer guy that goes in the computer, the bad guy from
the first one.
Yeah, what's his name? Zola.
Which guy?
Zola.
The nerdy dude?
Yeah, he's
That's
like
not his name.
Yeah, it is. That's the.
No, it's not Zola. I thought Zola was
No, it's
Zola. I'm telling you, Zola.
Wait.
Yeah, because he gets integrated into a computer system, and then that's like the villain is Zola.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Zemo. Never mind.
Yeah, it's Zola. So I. Shout out to Spidey and his amazing friends. He's a character on that my son is watching.
Oh, is it the? Oh, I'm thinking of MODOK. Never mind.
No, yeah. You're thinking, yeah. No.
Shout out MODOK G.
Terrible. So I also like that aspect too of they brought him back and like he helped integrated Hydra within Shield. So,
You're right. You're right. It is Zola. My bad.
All right. We got a big one for you guys. It is Infinity War.
It should have been on the first episode.
That's an S tier.
S tier. Like,
Yeah.
We don't need to have any conversation.
Guys,
No, there's
you
no
guys
reason to
just
argue
know.
about nothing.
You guys just know.
It's such a good movie.
This is Thanos' story, and it is the greatest. It is.
Thank you.
It is. It's everything. Like I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch this movie all the
balance.
time.
I just love how Thanos wins. I
Yeah.
think that was like
No,
the best
that-
Yeah.
they could have done.
The villain
That was great.
won in a Marvel movie.
Yep.
That
And,
was
and like
sick.
the music that played when he sat down at his farm
Yeah.
at the end too. Like I saw the clip on TikTok this morning, so like it's very fresh
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
mind. Just that one clip. But I'm like, dude, that was such a
And to
great
be
ending.
sitting in the okay, I will say sitting in theaters watching it, and he sits down, and you're like, wait,
Mhm.
no, the movie is taking so long. There's no way this is the end.
Yeah.
And then it's him, and then it ends, and you're like, no, like what did I just like? I'm gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Like what?
Talking about theater experience, when that moment happened,
Mhm.
right when it like went black, it was completely silent.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Everyone was
crazy.
just in shock.
yeah, it was like that. It's funny how some movies can do this to you, where you're like you're invested into it because you've been watching 18 movies, whatever it is,
Mhm.
to Infinity War, and it's just like they lost.
mm-hmm.
They lost, and you're just like the heaviness of that, and then you have to wait a whole year
Dude.
to see what happens, and you're like, it's yeah. So,
Yeah.
I would like to add one thing. One thing I'm not a fan of with the MCU is every time you saw Thanos up until Infinity War, his design changed, and I think his design is like hideous in Infinity War and Endgame. I think they should have just stuck with like a comic accurate
mm,
look because like he
I
just
see
looks like
that,
a
yeah.
bald like he looks like a mix of like a baby with like a Peter Griffin or something.
yeah,
Like
he looks like the thumbs from Spy Kids.
Yeah, I will say this. In Avengers, the original Avengers, when he turns around and you see him, that looked so bad.
It did, but there was something about when that happened.
Yeah.
And I remember it was I can't remember, maybe it was Avengers or before
Joel is
Avengers.
42.
I started watching like them every Thursday night right before they came out, like the premiere. And I remember right when like the end credit scene happened and it was Thanos, I'm like, they're bringing Thanos.
Mhm.
I'm like, that is gnarly. I'm
Yeah.
like, and I remember like that just opened up everything.
And for me as a child, like I saw that, I was like, who is this purple dude?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. But
I
no,
knew
it
him
was
from
cool.
Superhero Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, Infinity War, S tier.
Yeah. That's
It
just,
is, to me, it is I would say it is the greatest MCU movie.
Whoa.
That's me.
Whoa.
I love
number 3 for me.
I understand Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is like that impact, like emotional side, but
Mm-hmm.
like Infinity War was just like that, like getting all the
Shock factor.
yeah, shock factor. You didn't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna, and still when you watch it, you're just like, they see Hulk be like, he's coming and scared, and then
Yeah.
won't come out because he's scared of Thanos.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that first
That
beginning
last,
scene.
the last where they're like, he's trying to get to Vision, and like that whole scene, that was that like your whole
Yeah.
Okay, like
All
I will
right.
say that
Oh, man.
one last thing, Endgame and Infinity War, I feel like are hard to. For me personally, I know your guys' opinions, but like I want to put one above the other, but then they're so different for like they're so good for different reasons, and it's hard to like top one or the other.
Yeah.
But that's So yeah, our
All
next
right.
one,
Infinity War is also the best Thor movie. Just have to put that out there.
real.
Thor's never been better in anything else.
Give me Thanos. All right. All right, I can quote that movie and just talk about different scenes. but,
peace, Loki.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
All right. Next one is Ultron.
Yes, sir.
Another Avengers
Age
movie.
of Ultron. The whole Quicksilver dude and
Scarlet Witch.
yeah, well, you get Scarlet Witch from it, but the other dude, it was kind of like
Quicksilver was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
but
sad that he died.
yeah, they killed him off. Like there was nothing to it. Like if
It's
they
because Fox had the rights to him still.
if they kept him in, I would have thought that was sick, but I just felt like that was wasted.
Yeah.
And then the whole premise of Tony built this, and then like it was his fault, and like whatever, and then him trying to fix it, but then not, and then the whole island raise. I don't know. I wasn't really Ultron as a villain.
Dope.
So cool.
I
So
like
cool.
Ultron as a villain in the MCU more than Thanos.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Like
Mm-hmm.
what's the James Spader voiced him?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the most perfect
Yeah.
casting
Oh yeah.
ever. Like that was so good. Like
Yeah.
the scene where they're at the after party and
Yeah,
they're all
the
trying to lift Thor's hammer,
Pinocchio.
and then and
Yeah.
he's like I don't know how
Strings
the
on
line
a
goes.
puppet. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Like that was like so like that gives me the chills when I watch it. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, well, this
That scene,
is a little creepy.
and then when he kidnapped Black Widow, and then it's the older version talking to her, and then he destroys that like model, and it's his new form look in vibranium.
Mhm.
That was a pretty cool scene too.
Yeah. I feel like I had it. Where did it go? It's in my brain. I feel like it being under Tony Stark and seeing how powerful like the Iron Man stuff is, and then it having its own like being in control of it, and like totally negating Tony. Like, I don't know. I personally would go
Shout out
B
ChatGPT.
tier.
I would go B tier.
B tier.
I'm cool with
That's
B.
that's where I see it. It's like there's a lot of flaws to it, but there's a lot of fun, good parts to it. So I'm like I see it as a B tier. I look at that B tier list and I'm like, yeah, those are all B tier movies. And
Except for Wakanda Forever.
Get out of here.
all right, and finally a terrible movie.
What movie is this?
Marvels. It's the second
That
Captain
one's-
America. Or
That
Captain
movie's
Marvel.
overhated. It's not good, but it's overhated.
I've never seen this movie.
It's with,
Wait.
It's with Miss
little-
Marvel, and it's the stretchy girl, and then the
Liam doesn't know who that is.
Phantom.
I know it's Fantastic Four.
No, that's Mr.
No?
Fantastic.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think I
No,
know
there's
this
a TV
movie.
show called Miss Marvels that came out, and then she's part of it, and they're all kind
Yeah, I
of
know.
connected. Her, and then what's the other chick's I forget her name.
Is this the one where she changed her suit color?
Yeah, they intertwine. They can like once they use their powers, they like transport to different locations. I don't know.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau. This movie, you watch it, you won't watch it again. They failed with it because it's only an hour and 45 minutes. There's not a lot of depth to this movie at all. There's nothing to it. I would just go F tier with it. Like
I think it's better than everything in F tier. I would go D personally, just because I didn't watch the show, but the Miss Marvel girl, like she carried hard the whole movie. Like she was the best part.
yeah, she
And-
was, but then like at the same time that I don't know. There's an end scene where you're like, oh, Monica Rambeau is in a different timeline, and then like our different multiverse.
And it introduces the X-Men.
I know. Yeah,
Like-
Mr. Beast or
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
He is blue.
Beast is in it, and her mom's a different character. I forget who she is, but I've
never
put it
seen
F
this
tier.
movie.
If D
I
tier,
would go D tier purely because of the end credit scene and the.
I'm fine
Miss
with that.
Marvel
Just put
girl.
it. Yeah, just put in D tier.
Is this one?
No, yeah, that one, but in D tier.
Okay. I've never seen this one. I was thinking of the first one.
Yeah,
It's not great, but it's better than everything in F.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
yeah. This is me personally. I think the first Captain Marvel movie is better than this one.
But
That's
I
me.
would go higher in F tier. I think.
I've never been able to finish Captain Marvel after I saw it in theaters for the first time. Like I'll try to watch it, and like after like 40 minutes, it's so boring.
I remember I was so tempted to just go on my phone during Captain Marvel, watching it in theaters. It was so boring.
All right, we got another good movie for you guys. We got Civil War.
This is my favorite Cap movie. I'd go S tier just because I like the Avengers being put up against each other. And
That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
You have the introduction of Black Panther. You have the introduction of Spider-Man in the same movie.
Yeah.
And then you have the end fight with
Captain America and Iron Man.
With Winter Soldier and Iron Man. And then you have Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo's character in this, so good.
He's just like trying to like corrupt the Avengers and destroy what they have. Like,
yeah.
And then what? No, am I remembering? Dude, my memory is so shot. It's too late. Was this the one where War Machine got shot out of the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Congratulations, Leo. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was sad. That like really. I need a gold star chart back here. That's gonna replace it. Boom. Gold star. Yeah, no, that was really, really sad when he was falling out of the sky and it was like, oh, like he can't save him. Like this is a Gwen moment.
Yeah. So I'm fine with S tier with this one.
S tier?
Like I love Civil War too. Civil War is like one of those. It's like it's an Avenger type movie, but not.
Yeah, I got you.
Like it's another one.
It's Avengers without having to be Avengers.
It's Avengers movie without it feeling like it's the end of the world type feeling. That's why I'm saying like these Captain America movies do so well of making it feel like it's real life. Then it's like the end of the world type thing. So
I kind of wish Civil War was like a two-parter and you went more into depth on both sides of like their reasoning and stuff. But,
dude, crazy thought. Trilogy, Captain America side, Iron Man side, they both come out at the same time. You see up until this fight, and then the fight is both.
Yeah. That would have been dope.
James Gunn directing.
All right. He won't ever come back.
No.
All right. Next one. Terrible movie. Ant-Man Quantumania.
I love this movie. I saw it in theaters, and I would put it at D tier. I was so bored.
I'm fine with D tier with it because I like Kang.
Yeah.
I think this movie's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it's really cool. It's just like they botched the ending of it, which I think is like the big thing.
Well,
because the whole thing was so boring.
But his relationship with his daughter and she being a spoiled brat, like, it was dumb. Like, and it was just like, oh, these people are oppressed, and we need to.
I'll admit this: I haven't seen the movie since it came out in theaters, and I don't remember it well.
I haven't seen it since then too, but I remember how bad it was. That's how bad it was, dude.
I remember I walked out of the theater and I was like, "This was fine."
What?
Like it wasn't okay. It wasn't good. It was fine.
I was so bored.
There was good scenes, but then it just felt like his daughter had no common sense, and then on top of it, like the mom, like just tell them what happened.
Yeah,
tell them in the beginning. She's like, I can't say anything, and the whole movie, like, just
people have PTSD.
So what? Get over it,
no,
dude.
No, she didn't.
Womp womp.
She was just like, no, I can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it.
You're making it worse by not talking about it, and it's just like this whole like you could have.
Or I am.
You could have saved a lot of help.
What did you say?
I said, I know who's getting canceled on the podcast before I am.
It's Liam.
Yeah, I hate old people.
So just I was
kidding.
just like,
I'm just kidding. Grandma and Grandpa, I love you. Mimi, I love you. George, Julie.
They're watching this.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going back to my first take.
George loves the MCU. What do you mean?
Yeah, George does.
All right, I'm D tier.
D tier, Ryan?
I don't. I would say C, but I don't care if it's.
Nah, your choice doesn't matter. D tier.
D tier.
All right, next one is drum roll, please, because Liam is doing producer stuff tonight.
He's doing a lot. All right, we got Doctor Strange.
The first one.
The first one, yeah, because we already did.
We haven't done.
Oh no, we haven't done. Yeah, this is just Doctor Strange, the first one.
I'll just give a quick thought process on this. I don't like Doctor Strange as a main character. I think they completely botched him. His movies are kind of boring, but they also have really cool parts. Visually, they look really, really good, and I think that makes up for some of the boringness because you're the scene in the first one where he's like going through like the different dimensions and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool and it looks really, really good. Um, I don't even really know who the villain is still because you had like Dormammu, or
Yeah,
you
Dormammu,
had
and then the
that was the giant face at the end, right?
yeah, and then the guy that was trying to bring him.
Yeah, so Dormammu was like the worst villain. Like that was the most anticlimactic ending to
Voiced
any
by
Marvel movie.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, and then you had I don't know what the character's name is, but the main black guy wizard.
Mondu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how he like became bad at the end and was like gonna try to kill him and other
because he's a
wizard.
bad guy in the comics.
I don't know.
Yeah,
And
in the comics, he's a bad guy in the comics where he turns away because it's not the proper way of like the old ways of how like it was all done, and so then he turned away and then
he's stuck in the
wanted to
90s.
be pure like magic whatever realm it was type thing.
Yeah, nothing happened with that. That makes it even lamer. And then Mads Mikkelsen, whatever his character's name was, super forgettable. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know what the character's name was, and I don't remember anything about him. But I would put this in C tier.
I'm good with C. I do like this movie, but it's a C average movie. I do think that Ant-Man and Shang-Chi movies are better. So what?
I don't remember much from this movie. I think I watched it once at home, maybe twice. So I have literally no opinions on it. So I'm going to keep it quick and go C tier. Dope.
Boom. All right.
Cool.
To finish out our Avengers movies, we got the Avengers first one.
I'm not the biggest fan of this anymore.
Ryan and I actually, we talked about this. We were on a Discord
talked
call.
about this for like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And we don't have 30, 40 minutes to talk about this.
Nope. And this is why this is Cliff Notes. Ryan says it's shot like a TV show. I don't think so. I think it was really cool.
A TV
Yeah, I
show.
don't care. I think it was so cool. It's the first time you see all the Avengers together. And this is why I think watching all of it through again in a short amount of time to see the character building and then everything slowly coming together, the shield stuff, like webbing through everything at the end of Iron Man. What was it? Iron Man 2 or 1 where they said, Iron Man 1. Where we have to leave. There was something we have to go to New Mexico, and then you start off in Thor, New Mexico, and then you go from there back to Iron Man 2, and then you just keep building and building and building, and Shield is webbed through all of this, and then it comes up, and then they are trying to figure out, okay, well, what is this whole Shield thing? What do we have to fight? And then Hawkeye getting taken away. Loki as a villain, as the main villain, is so sick because you go through Thor 1 and 2. No. Is Thor
Just the first one.
The first one.
The first one.
With Loki, and I feel like Thor could have just been a Loki movie, and it would have been so much better. And then he's the main villain, and you just have like this weird love for Loki, and then you're like, I kind of like sympathize with him, and then you're just like, it's just so good. It's just like all the characters are there together, and then Bruce Banner, he's trying not to like freak, and like it's just so good. So good.
See, for me, it's like the writing kind of sucks now. Like it was written kind of like a sitcom. It was shot like a sitcom, and that really takes me out of the experience whenever I go back and rewatch it. Because I watch that movie probably still like once a year or something like that. And it's just like when I compare that to like the other Avengers movies too, I'm like, this is lacking a lot of what the other ones are. And like, I don't care about the argument where you're like, for the time, it was like the coolest thing ever because that was almost 15 years ago now. Or
yeah,
14,
but it's still
whatever.
so cool when you go back and think about like, okay, this is the start. Like this is where like it all begins.
I don't.
It walks so the others can
I
run.
don't care about Black Widow. I don't care about Hawkeye. Hulk is a joke now. Like that was the last time Hulk was actually like cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I really just don't care for the movie as much, but I still respect it for like what it is. Like, yeah, it is the first time they team up, but
And
it
before you,
it just there's nothing special about it anymore.
I
You know?
think with Hulk still having that uncontrolled rage in this movie, because then he turns into weird Bruce Hulk thingamabob. I hate that, by the way. Awful. But this is like everybody's still afraid of Hulk. Like Banner could just snap and it's gone. He has no control. Him against Thor, like that's just Banner has no control, and it's just like what's gonna happen? I don't know. That was just my thought on Hulk.
So before I give my thoughts, where do you rank it?
I would go A tier.
A tier, Ryan.
I'd go low B, high C.
All right, so
Like
I'm
in
gonna.
that range.
I'll say that you probably have it at B tier. So it's gonna probably be A or B. All right, so Avengers Endgame or Avengers 1. I do agree with your take how it's like should have been like a TV series, but like you said before off camera with me about the director Josh Whedon, he was known for doing TV shows, and he was known for doing comic type TV shows. Like that was like his realm, sci-fi area, and so it had that vibe to it. But for the depth, you don't get the depth in the other movies without, you didn't get to. You look at like Avengers Ultron or Civil War, or Captain America, Winter Soldier, all that stuff without first having a couple movies of more depth about these guys. This was like the first raw like moment of them just all together. And is this gonna work? Is this something that's going to work? Like what is even this? And so it was just like something where it was just like raw. Like what is this? Like it's Avengers. Like there was a thought. Right?
Yeah.
There's Samuel L. Jackson, right?
And it wasn't even gonna work. They shot the missile still. So
yeah, there was there's a lot of moments where it feels cheeky and all that stuff, but I love Loki's character in this. I think that it was that this movie kind of started to get you this feeling of like you start to feel for the bad guy, like where you're like, oh, like what if like I do kind of like see their perspective and see why that's happening. And I think that helps with even thinking about like Thanos and seeing his side of the story of what he went through. And you're like, you kind of sympathize with him, why he chose that path. And you look at Loki, and then, the rest of the movies kind of build upon Loki's story even more in Dark World and Ragnarok about who he is and stuff. And I would go.
You're the deciding factor.
I would go. I think it's better than a lot of the B movies. So I would go A, but then I'm fine with it being B.
Alexa, flip a coin.
I'm gonna go. All right, Ryan, pick a number between 1 and 2.
2.
It's A.
Bang.
So I'm like on the edge. I'm like right there between. I'm on the edge of like B, A. I'm a very low A, but I'm like a high B plus. Like it's
like how I am with B and C.
Yeah, I'm like right in between. I can see it can go into B, but I don't mind it being A.
I will
I
say
don't think it's the worst Avengers movie.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'd have it in my bottom 2.
Is there music playing?
Alexa, stop.
Oh, you're playing music?
I don't know
Because
how.
you told Alexa to do something.
I said flip a coin.
Well, it started playing music.
I guess
All
so.
right.
Yeah.
We got a few more for you guys, and then we're almost done.
4 more.
All right. Here we go. We got Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
All right. So we
S
all
tier.
know S tier.
S tier.
Like this
Like,
is just we're already
straight
past
up.
an hour. We're just gonna go
S tier. No,
S
real quick.
tier.
real
Go for it.
quick-
Yeah, you're good.
Real quick thoughts.
A
You want me to
minute
go
each.
first? A minute each. That's a long time. Guardians of the
seconds.
Galaxy. It is everything that you've been wanting out of the MCU. Like it is exactly what you've been wanting and desiring, and a team aspect of them coming together, of what they try to do with all the other movies leading up to Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 did it all in one movie, and better. The only gripe that I would have is that I did not like the villain. What's it, Ronan?
Yeah,
Ronan.
that was
like,
a
it was,
lame villain.
It felt like, you know, like he had the Power Stone, like it was gonna be more destructive, and there was some destructive parts and stuff, but like it just seemed more lame, especially with him confronting Thanos and stuff. But that's the only like my only gripe. Other than that, soundtrack, the characters, the actors that played them, it just brought you joy and happiness. I remember like talking to all my friends, like, guys, this is gonna be the movie. Like, this is going to be the movie that we're all gonna love.
30 seconds.
I know. I was just about to say, Joel went a minute's a very long
Guardians
minute.
of the Galaxy
He's
is like one of
going
my
crazy.
It's in my top
been
three
a minute
movies
and a half.
too.
No,
It's in my top three
you're good.
movies. It's like one of my favorite ones. But it's like that. I remember talking to my friends and like, nah, it's not like. And what is this movie? I'm like, guys, trust me.
Yeah.
Let's go watch it. It's gonna change your mind, and it changed everyone's mind.
Yeah. Isn't
about the
Ronan
MCU.
supposed to be like some crazy strong villain too? And he
the
was kind of
comics,
like
yeah.
a loser.
In the comics, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna make this quick. We're at 5:30. Okay. Really, like I agree with everything you were saying. It's a really, 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 really good movie. I remember going to the theaters and watching this with my grandparents, and this is the movie that really got me to start paying attention to the MCU when I was like younger, because I was like, shoot, like I don't know what any of this is. Why is this even a thing? What's happening? And then I started like paying attention more. So this is what got me into the MCU. Just like paying attention more. Yeah. So I think S tier. Thanks.
My reasoning for S tier, I think the team aspect is the biggest part of it. Like you actually feel for these characters, even though you just met them, which I kind of wish was the same way in Avengers, but it's not, and you still got more development for almost all those characters. But the soundtrack just like kind of perfected everything with it. The comedy was on point, and this movie was also the beginning of the downfall for Marvel. And I feel, me personally, I think this movie is almost perfect outside of Ronan, like you were saying, Joel.
Yeah.
But even with the villain being like kind of like the worst part of it, like every other aspect of the movie is like perfect.
Yeah.
Like it is so good. And yeah, I think they perfected the formula with Guardians 3, but like this is the closest it's ever been to it.
Wow, you guys had a very long 30 seconds. All right, so S tier for everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next movie is Iron Man, the first of its kind.
I didn't want to finish it because I didn't want us to get copyright.
Iron Man.
Oh wait, no,
Wait,
that's it wrong. No, it was like dun, 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 dun. I totally did the
Spider-Man?
No, never mind. We're not gonna
The
talk
China anthem.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear what you did.
Yeah. I
He
did
went,
the
No.
I was like, oh wait, no, that's totally wrong. My brain did not.
So I'll start us off since I saw it the most
I
recent.
caught that right as
I know you.
I wasn't paying
I
attention.
was doing it. I was like, right. I saw you started laughing. I was like, crap, I'm doing it totally
It's
wrong.
way too late for this. Everybody's filter's gone.
All right, where we go?
So Iron Man was the start of everything. He built it from a box of scraps in a cave. Iconic. I think for
builders in a cave and box of scraps.
I love this movie. I'm tempted to put it S tier. I won't. I'd put it A tier. I just think its imperfections are great because you look at it and it's the first Avengers movie. You got the billionaire playboy Tony Stark, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm A tier with it. I think it's.
I'm A tier too.
I think it's it's the beginning. It's the beginning of everything, and it's like it's just it brings it like where you're just excited to see where this would go, and it's like where they felt like they can like take some risks because it was like we don't know what's gonna happen with this, and it hit, and it was just amazing, and everything about it. It was just like it's like that whole like thing I've been saying with a lot of these movies. It felt like it could be like happen in real life.
Yeah.
And so there's something about when you can feel like it can happen in real life that you just feel more invested into it. And that's why a lot of people feel like they can connect with Iron Man, and this movie just like
Yeah.
blew up, and it was amazing. So
Yeah. And for someone who hasn't watched all of them through together at one time, for me, it's like rewatching them for the first time.
yeah,
Because I haven't seen this movie in years. So, like, to rewatch again, it was like, whoa, this is sick. So, Ryan, you got any thoughts as we're moving into A tier?
I'll just leave this thought. This movie was the start of something great.
yeah,
You take Man of Steel, which was the Kickstarter for the DCEU, and that movie sucks. It's not Superman at all. And that universe absolutely crashed and burned. So respect greatness when you see it.
you didn't like Man of Steel? You said
No, that's not a Superman movie. That's not the character of Superman at all.
I like Man of Steel movie. I thought it was good.
Like the action's cool, but like
Yeah.
it's not a Superman movie. I just think of it as a
Visual.
random superhero movie.
All right, that's a little talk
Little
about
side
DC.
piece.
We always have to talk about DC just a little bit with Marvel and say how terrible it is.
Yeah, DC sucks.
Terrible. It's all about MCU.
Yeah,
I have an idea for our next tier list.
Next one is
Aquaman S tier.
Ryan. Hit it.
Hit it.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
We got the first. Gosh, what is
What
happening?
is going on?
I'm so confused.
I don't know what's
All right,
going
this
on.
is the first Black
Do I have to?
Panther.
Do I have to mute him? Do we have to hit the mute
No,
button?
no, we're good. We're good.
Abort! Abort!
I actually enjoy Black Panther a lot. There's a lot of good. I feel like all around, it brings the whole idea of what Wakanda looks like, and you've been teased about it, hearing about it, and I really like the story aspect of it. Like the inner Killmonger, one of the best villains. Straight up, one of the best villains.
That CGI scene too on the train, that was sick.
It was on the tracks, not the train.
My bad,
Yeah,
my bad,
come
my
on.
bad.
I think.
I'm at like a BA with it. That's
I would throw it in an A tier.
I'd be cool with going A.
Killmonger's
yeah.
probably my favorite villain in
Yeah.
the MCU.
I didn't
It's
know how
probably
you guys-
between him and High Evolutionary, but
yeah. I didn't know how you guys felt. Like that's why I was like fine with B. Like if you guys were like more B, but I'm good with it in A. I when it came out, it was like after Civil War, right? It was right before Infinity War. I think it was like Infinity
Yes.
War. Yeah,
Yes.
right before Infinity War in February, and then Infinity War came out that May. And so it got you hyped for what was next and stuff. So I really like Black Panther.
Yeah.
whenever I think of this movie, I think of the SNL sketch after, like right after it came out with Chadwick Boseman in it, where it's like the white people have to take over everything, and so they turn Wakanda into like a white thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. You should look it up.
Okay.
It's a funny sketch.
Yeah. So we good with A tier?
Yeah.
Dope. Our
our
last
last
one.
one.
This one made me chuckle a little bit. What I'm reading on screen is Doc Mom. So I've
Multiverse of
never
Madness.
seen this one.
Yeah. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I've never seen it. So we're ending on a high, apparently.
I thought it was better than the first one.
Yes.
America Chavez was kind of annoying. Like there were times where
Yeah.
she was fine, but she was also kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But then like seeing the Illuminati get like,
Destroyed.
yeah, Wanda walked in and goes, kick rocks.
Yeah.
But like it was still cool to see them. Cool to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic in it.
Yeah. I'm good with it in B tier. I love like I was super excited for this movie and seeing what they were gonna do. I actually really liked Scarlet Witch's character in this movie. Oh, that was weird.
You just moved Thor: The Dark World into C tier.
No, that's yeah, you did.
Yes.
Get that out of there.
You were not subtle with that at all.
I tried to make it move quick.
I saw you
I was
reach
like-
that and drag it, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And then you didn't go to fix it.
Guys,
I thought
our
you missed.
audio listeners, Liam is dumb.
I'm going.
right,
I'm going AWOL.
All right, Multiverse of Madness. I just liked Scarlet Witch in this movie. Kind of
she
her
was so-
storyline.
She was so cool.
It's super dope. Doctor Strange was all right. American Chavez, all right. Do agree that was a better movie than the first one. But then it was like a lot of highs and then just a lot of lows in this movie. So that's why I'm cool with it with B though.
Dope.
Like it
Sam
hit a lot of
Raimi did
fun
the best
stuff.
with what he could.
Yeah.
And I very much respect him for it. And you have those moments where you can feel like it's a Sam Raimi movie. But
So
yeah, I was teetering between C and B, but I don't really care which one it was gonna end up being placed in. As long as one of the two, I'd agree with it. But
yeah.
Dope.
So all right, that is our MCU movies.
It does not feel like it's been an hour and 15 minutes.
All right, guys, we're gonna read off to you guys the different tiers for you guys. Ryan, you want to read the S tiers? And then
yeah, I got you. In the
do
apple
A?
pie tier, we
do
got
B.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Avengers, Endgame, Captain America,
Infinity War.
Civil War.
It was
Oh, what
Infinity
did
War.
I say?
He said
Endgame. Where it should be.
Oh, no. Infinity War. We got Captain America, Civil War. And then we got Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1.
Nice. In A tier, we have Endgame. Shame. 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 In A tier, we have Ragnarok. Is that No Way Home?
Yeah.
Love. What is that next one? Thor.
No, Guardians.
Wait, I can't. I'm
That's
You have
blind.
Guardians
glasses. You have glasses. Why
Oh
aren't you
yeah,
wearing
Guardians. Because it's in my room.
Guardians 2.
Ow. Guardians 2, Avengers, Iron Man, and Wakanda Forever. the one time I want the other one.
All right. In the B tier, we have Captain America, the first one. We have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We have Ant-Man. We have Shang-Chi. We have Spider-Man Homecoming. We have Avengers Ultron. And then we have Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange with the moms. In C tier, we have The Incredible Hulk. We have Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and Doctor Strange.
Whoa. Who's going to get canceled first? In D tier, we have Thor.
What does that have to do with being canceled?
I don't know. Thor, Eternals, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man Homecoming.
No.
No, what is that one?
Far From Home.
Far From Home. Love and Thunder, IMAX.
The Marvels.
Yep. And Ant-Man Quantumania.
All right. In the F tier, we have Thor, Dark World.
Shame.
And we have Captain Marvel and Black Widow.
I've seen the wrongs in my ways.
I actually really love this list. I actually do. I think we did.
I think it's fine.
I think it's a good list. I thought we did a good job, guys.
Do you guys have one? I don't need explanation. Do you have one movie you would move? Go.
One movie I would move, it would be Ragnarok to S tier.
Ragnarok to Esther. Nice. Ryan, one movie you'd move.
I'm kind of split. It would either be, I'll give two just really quick, no explanation. I'd either do Wakanda Forever to S or Endgame to C.
I would want Endgame S or Thor Dark World up higher. Those are my.
No letter, just higher.
Just higher. Just
Anything
higher.
out of F.
F plus.
F plus, please.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching episode 14, MCU Movies Part 2. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, side note, you guys won't be seeing Ryan because he'll be in Europe.
Yeah, so if any of you weird teeth people out there want to go beat him up, he'll be in the UK.
You
so
just tried saying I'd get canceled for saying a weird voice and
I'm-
then go and attack the entire nation.
I'm UK.
All right, thank you guys so much for
I
watching.
have
We love you
the
guys. See you guys.
English.
Subscribe, watch us on everything. Peace out.
Oi, matey.